All right, guys, welcome here to Town Hall Heroes, episode number 88. Skype just had a explosion as we're about to start. Yes, there we go. It is now fixed. And yeah, my name's Solid Jake, and we are here joined by Kubi, Zoya, Breez as a first-time guest. It is now relocated people in this call, and I'm furious about it. I only have to fix 2 of them. And BKB. We'll get those names sorted in a moment, but before that, let's go with the introductions. Zoya, what's new with you and your frozen webcam?
Why am I over here?
Dude.
This is so weird. I don't like this. I don't like being up here. I want to go back down, Jake. Help.
I can't help you right now.
Not much. What have I been doing? I don't know. Just Overwatch, Heroes. Still doing tryouts for Heroes. I don't know. It's like whenever you don't play in tournaments and stuff, it's very uneventful life. Just scrims every day and then watching the Overwatch team do scrims, which hopefully we'll be announcing who they are soon.
It's been such a mystery, man.
It has.
But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. That's my life.
Nice. Well, going down the list, I think it was, I'm not looking right now, I think it was BKB? Yeah, BKB.
Hello.
What's new, man?
Nothing, just losing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, feels bad, man. But other than that, don't know. Playing a lot of Hero League now. I actually got offered to play Overwatch for a team.
What? How does that work?
I don't know. Well, some those players know I play TF2 at like decent level, like semi-pro, pro level, and I don't know.
So
it has a lot of.
I knew I liked BKB. I knew I liked this guy.
Are you like godlike at Overwatch?
Well, they
Yes.
said I played some games and they said I'm quite okay-ish, I guess, for like 1 week play. And they asked me if I want to try, play for the team. And they have organization, but which I can't say. So that's the only new thing with me, I guess. And yeah, and Sweden was awesome. Could have been better. We didn't have much time, but yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine Dreamhack was pretty busy. Well, somebody else played in Dreamhack and actually didn't lose.
Oh my god, Jake!
So toxic.
Damn, that was so bad.
Chill.
BKB's giving me that death stare. Breez, first time ever on the show. Welcome, my friend, and congrats to Dreamhack.
Thank you.
Yay!
Nothing really. Just scrimming. Like, it's always boring when there's no like upcoming big tournaments. So, just practice all the time. Try to keep up. Like, nothing special. It was fun to win Dreamhack.
Yeah, I mean, after this being like your first big victory, I'm sure it was probably pretty satisfying doing that event, coming in with a new patch. How much do you think that affected the team? I mean, obviously, it's a bit of a new roster. It's a new patch. We'll actually get to that after we finish the introductions. Kubi, what's new with you, my friend?
Made a horrible mistake. This past Sunday, I purchased Fallout 4. My free time is gone. It is disappeared. The game's really fun. I probably put like maybe 10 hours or so, maybe a few more into it. Other than that, just watching a lot of tournaments that have been going on over the past week, which of course we're going to get into. And my touchscreen monitor just came in, so I'm really excited. And we'll talk about that towards the end of the show. But that's it for me.
Nice.
Nice.
What
That's
about
it?
you? What about you, Jay?
Yeah, Jake, what's up with you,
Yeah,
homie?
Jake.
Very little. Thanksgiving was great. I went home, saw family, ate way too much food, watched Dreamhack during this. I made sure to watch all of Heroes, and then I watched as much of Melee as I could. And it was really nice because they were on different days. So it was Heroes Thursday, Friday, and then Melee Saturday, Sunday. So that was, for someone that only watches those 2 esports, it was probably the best case possible scenario. And that was a lot of fun.
Should have watched Street Fighter instead.
I know nothing about that game, man. I know nothing. Oh, I'm so excited for Cloud to be in the new Smash game, even though I've never played it. I should buy that game. But yeah, other than that, lots of hero stuff. Just trying to get some sponsors for grassroots tournaments. I just relaunched my show, Daily Quest, today. Exciting stuff. But tonight we're going to be talking a lot about DreamHack. We're going to be talking about Gold League. We're going to be recapping some of our opinions on like what we thought out of the new EU rosters going into DreamHack. That was a big topic last week. And now that we saw the event, we saw things unfold. We have some stronger impressions. Obviously, this is the first tournament on a new patch. And teams are still working out a lot of kinks. I mean, you just look at Cloud9 and Gold League, right? They're working kinks out too. So we'll talk about all of those things. But I'd like to open up the discussion with Breez, as this is his first time anyone from Fnatic has been on the show, period, to talk to us.
It's not true.
Is that true?
Ace of Spades is on.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Get wrecked.
You're right, though.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Mistakes were made.
GG no re. Anyways, Breez, tell us about the new Fnatic roster and how it was all formed after the road to BlizzCon.
I don't know. It's been a lot of roster changes in Fnatic, and I don't know. After we lost in Prague, we just decided like something has to change, and we had like 2 previous players that had been on like all the Fnatic rosters, which was Kessil and Lowell, and they never really succeeded. So we just decided like maybe it doesn't work out with them, and just decided to make a completely new roster with me and Mena. So I don't know, we tried a lot of people and took what was best, basically. I mean, the EPL kind of helped us a lot to find like the good players we needed, and yeah, just worked out in the end, I guess.
So, preparing for DreamHack, it's like you said, a lot of roster changes, new team. What was the battle plan going into this? Did you guys just work on your own team? Did you try to research your opponents as much as you could? Like, what was the approach?
We were actually like the only team that boot camped for DreamHack, but it was awful because we were only like 4 people going to the boot camp, and Shad was not able to go because he had like exams at home. So it's really hard to practice when it's like 4 people at boot camp and 1 person staying at home.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like
Useless.
we basically lost all our scrims in the boot camp, and we weren't really expecting to win it, but I don't know. It worked out. Like we were just sitting on the bus till DreamHack. We were like, our drafts suck, so we were just like mock drafting for 5 hours on the bus, and then I don't know. I think we just outdrafted mostly in DreamHack, and I think we just drafted equal or better, and then we just won every game because of it.
How different do you think the game is in this patch? I mean, obviously the scaling changes have affected it, but do you think it really just shifts the way you should approach matchups? Should it be more aggressive? Should it be more passive? Because we saw so many base races, and that became like a big part of that tournament in particular, base racing. So do you think that's like there's merit to getting heroes that excel in base racing for that reason?
I mean, I had never thought about it that way, but I guess when you say it, it's true. It's like Falstad and Sonya are really good this patch, and they're both really good at base racing. So, I mean, maybe it's just the heroes that are played in this meta that makes it this way, because it's really easy to just rush core now. But yeah, I mean, the new patch, I don't really think it's a huge difference in gameplay. I mean, you have longer death timers and there's some scaling differences, but all in all, I think the game is almost the same way as before.
BKB, what are your thoughts on the current patch?
Well, on the patch, I don't know. I don't have so many comments, but about the base race thingy, I think like it's just pretty much like the teams were in that situation. I don't think it has nothing. I don't think it has to do something with the patch, even though it's true about like the heroes that they're like even Raynor. Like in this patch, like a lot of people pick Raynor, and he's also really good. Just by going with the to the core, because of the Hyperion and like Raynor auto attacks. So I don't know, but about the patch, it's fine. Like Raynor is better because of the early game. I feel like Jaina is weaker because of the late game, and a lot of heroes can do as much as Jaina can in the early game. I don't know. Some changes, like ETC and Muradin are the top tanks. So, I don't know. A lot of tanks are useless now, kinda. Like I think Leoric is weak, Arthas is weak because of the meta. Don't know.
Jared, you're killing me right now, dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I'm just Okay, too much. I understand.
Jared, what are your thoughts on this tournament, DreamHack in general, and a lot of the base racing and just drafting in general?
I don't know. I thought it was cool. It felt very similar to what we felt in EU or in NA. Post or pre BlizzCon, the BlizzCon teams were scrimming very specifically for BlizzCon, and I feel like the amount of time that was just hyper focused on, like, because I'm assuming in EU, like the teams that were preparing for BlizzCon, teams that weren't going to BlizzCon were trying to help them like get better and stuff. And then the period of time where those teams weren't there, I don't know, like when we came back to NA, it felt like things had changed a lot without the presence of taking the fact that people were practicing different beforehand, and then the fact that Cloud9 and Tempo were gone for so long, that the meta changed really weird. Not because of the patch, but just because of different teams playing each other. And watching EU felt very much the same. That I don't know, people just were like in a lull for a month, and this was like the results of that. I know, and nothing to me at DreamHack seemed very polished at all. Like not just draft, but like play in general. It felt very scattered.
Random.
Like it just everything felt off. That's how it's felt in NA. And looking at maybe it looks different to you guys just because it's such a different game to me. But everything felt weird when watching EU. Didn't
Just-
look like the normal EU.
Like chaotic.
Yeah, everyone agrees. Like even when I talk with people with different teams, everyone agrees. I mean, it's new teams. The coordination is not there, and
Yeah.
everything is random. Like
Yeah.
nothing was prepared draft wise. Everything was completely random. And I think Fnatic had the best coordination, like at least within the team, like with the fights and stuff. But everything else was random. No strategies. Like the drafts were not prepared and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
what it
think
felt like.
we-
From my view.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. All you, man.
I think we were like one of the teams that made like we started scrimming early. Like a lot of teams were still fixing with their team rosters and stuff, but we were always practicing while that was happening. So I think we just had an edge in like playing together and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. It almost kind of feels like if DreamHack happened like a month later, the quality of games would have probably gone up quite a bit, just because when it really comes down to it, a month after BlizzCon, or even month and a half, trying to settle those rosters and trying to get something that comes out of it that's like really polished and coordinated, like you guys are saying, is difficult. That aside, I find it interesting, like how it affected like the draft meta and what heroes are sort of being prioritized. Even up to that point, we had seen quite a few like of the Chinese games in the Gold League, but that I don't know. I was never really able to like kind of put my finger on like why certain things were getting picked. It just sort of felt like, oh, this is kind of like hand waved. This is like, oh, the Chinese teams really like this or these types of heroes or drafting this way, and it just didn't really seem to have a whole lot of like backing to it. But at least in DreamHack, the direction that things have moved sort of seems to have stabilized post patch, I guess, a little bit. But the play in general is still, yeah, I agree, a bit random.
Speaking of DreamHack, just as an event, how did it feel in comparison? Like, obviously, the European Championship was a big arena, but DreamHack being speckled into a massive, massive event. Like, we're talking. Why is it real mayonnaise? We're talking tons of games. I mean, there was Super Smash Brothers there. We had other games. Street Fighter was there. Counter Strike was there, I believe.
Yep.
And Hearthstone, StarCraft 2. There was a lot of games. So what was it like? How chaotic was it? Were there just like stages stacked onto each other? Did it feel like the crowds were competing against each other? Tell us a little bit about what the atmosphere was like.
You want to go, Breez?
I can go.
All right, take it away, man.
Or you want-
What did you think about the atmosphere at DreamHack?
Breez? Hello.
He's thinking, man. Give him a second. Jeez.
I can save you, buddy. I can take over.
I think the atmosphere is always really nice at DreamHack. It's always like, especially when CSGO's playing, because it's a big hall, like with all the competitive games. So at the CSGO hall, like at the CSGO stage, it's always so hype. Like it's the biggest stage and they're screaming so loud, and it's just really amazing to be there. And I don't know. I don't think like I don't think the stages compete against each other. I just think that there's a lot of hype for every game, and I think what is it, Super Smash? I think they kind of hated me because I was screaming like right next to their stage.
True story.
So tell me about this moment when you guys were getting that trophy. Nicira is giving you guys this interview.
Well, like the moment was amazing, but it was really awkward when we lifted the trophy. There was like no one that told us how to do, so some guy, like some admin, just told us
Pick
go
it up.
They do
grab
that
the trophy.
intentional.
Huh?
They do that on purpose.
No,
they do
they-
that in StarCraft, like with the wine bottles. Like whenever
Yeah.
they or the champagne, they would not teach pros beforehand how to do it. So they would like watch them go out on stage and like not know how to open a bottle of champagne.
He's like,
Really?
Wait, what? You just left?
Uh,
You just
It
took
was-
it and left?
They told us to. We were like, so we just take this, and they were
Fuck it, we
like,
got this.
yeah.
Get out of here.
it was really.
Like, we're
odd.
gonna go sell this. We'll be right back.
When we lifted the trophy
Hey,
the
for
first
how
time,
much
no
is
one
it?
in the crowd was like making a sound, and then Quacknix was like hype, and then everyone started clapping. Like,
That's great.
it was really weird.
excellent. I love the weird trophy ceremonies at tournaments. Okay, Coobs, any thoughts on what we saw at DreamHack in terms of just like playstyle, like all the base races? You think there's a
don't-
cause for that?
No, I think
Occurrence?
that's kind of just luck of the draw kind of thing. Maybe there's a couple things that could slightly skew some situations towards that direction, but I think that's like if you play 1,000 games, you know, you can pick a chunk of them, and yeah, you might have more base races in this set of games than others. Maybe some of the heroes, like Breez was saying, like Sonya and Falstad, are like can set up those situations a little bit more and have like the sustained damage, but I don't know. I wouldn't look into it too much.
All right, then the next question I have for everyone is, considering we saw that many base races, even if there might not be a pattern in there, it was definitely something we saw a lot. Do you think that since the scaling changes makes damage more impactful, that structures like the keep and the core need to be buffed?
No,
Okay, why?
A flat no.
I think it's fine right how it is. I think the current state we're in is good. I don't think anything dies too fast. I think the scaling changes so far feel pretty okay. I don't know. I think we need to feel stuff out before, you know. But even then, didn't the scaling change only affect early game? Like once you hit 20, everything's back to normal, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So late game, things are exact same.
Even then, the change drops off just considerably after 10, I think.
It does.
Like,
Yeah.
close to it. So
So I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't have an issue with base races happen. It was just like I think I agree with Corey. Just happened to be in those games. And but that also come like base races also come from like sloppy play and poor decision making.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone was talking about beforehand how shut up phone. That overall the region, every region just looks kind of meh right now. It's everyone went hard for BlizzCon, taking a break. Relaxing. That's why we're not playing in any tournaments until Esports Arena. It's because it would just be a bad showing. It's hard going through roster changes. Even like when we were talking about the Dignitas roster changes, how that was supposed to be like the god tier team, right? Doesn't matter. Like even if like you were to pick like the best players from NA and all put them together, it's going to take a while before they can synergize together.
BKB, thoughts on the comment about core and keep?
Well, I think it's fine as it is. But about the scaling early game, I just don't like that. Like you start a game without 2 towers, you like exchange. I don't know. I think it's kind of meh. Like, don't know. Like when four people go to lane and get 2 towers because it's so easy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because I have seen a lot in NA where you like trade forts and stuff, like
Yeah.
just because of the
Just
scale.
because of how aggressive everyone is at the start. Well, I mean, there's two ways to look at it. I mean, before everyone would spend those first 2 minutes just kind of playing passively, going for minions, but now teams are trying to take out structures to get themselves an advantage. But in theory, couldn't you punish that kind of play if you see them going for it? You just punish them.
But
it's a little random. Like as soon as it
it's
hops
random.
out of the gate, like you teams are hiding to accomplish one of two things. They either want to try to gank people that are like moving to lane safely, which is sort of like the aggressive team fight style, or they just pick top or bottom lane and just attack a tower if they think they're trying to set up a party bush, right? So if you guess wrong and go to the other side of the map, it's like, well, you have nothing to do except trade out towers. I think it's kind of like just an unfortunate side effect of like teams experimenting right now. I'm not sure if it'll stick around, but we'll see.
Breeze?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really random. If one team has Sylvanas and they just go like 4 or 5 people to a lane, they can just take the towers for free. And if the enemy team thinks they're going bottom, like there's nothing they can really do. So I don't know. It's pretty stupid in my opinion.
Yeah,
because-
it's just useless
Yeah,
and
but
random.
is that a problem
like-
with the scaling, or is that a problem with Sylvanas? Like
I
everyone's
don't
always
think it's about the
complained since
scaling.
the start of like Sylvanas
No.
being released that her trade is ridiculous.
What if minions
I don't
were
think it has
released
to
faster?
do with Sylvanas. I think he just gave like a harder example, but you can do like with even without Sylvanas.
Yeah, you
I don't-
definitely can.
You can do it so fast, but I don't think it has to do a lot with scaling. It's just about the patch, maybe. I don't know.
What if
Something.
the minions got to the center of the map faster? Like the first wave of minions got released quicker,
Yeah, probably.
even if it's like 5-10 seconds.
Well, I mean, you can still take the. Oh yeah, then you probably can't go to the other side.
Then
and
you're
soak,
then you're
but-
maybe missing soak or something like
yeah,
that.
I
and
think it's
that's-
still fine if you have like Falstad. It's the exact same thing, but maybe it's a good solution. But
Huh.
I don't know. It's just weird because
it
it's
is
like
weird. I agree.
you can't really counter it 100% every time. So it's just I don't know, strange.
Okay. Overall thoughts from DreamHack? Anything really surprising that you guys went up against? Or
I think
observed?
the Kerosene sort of thing that was going on with Liquid was pretty cool. It probably didn't
DPS
affect.
Kerosene?
What's that?
The DPS build?
Yeah, it didn't really affect you guys, Fnatic, so much because you don't have that like huge emphasis on playing Kerosene, but the fact that they were able to like run up against a team where it's a contested pick, grab it early with Uther, and just run a full DPS build. That is like really like the epitome of what I want to see heroes become in the future. Like where there's that flexibility.
On
where you
every hero.
it doesn't have to be every hero, but more.
Be
of it.
nice.
I think it makes the drafting and like the counterplay that you can do against certain teams really cool.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really neat storyline that kind of grew out of DreamHack in particular, that they were able to do it, pull it off successfully, and then it just like added this whole nother depth of like meta to those two teams drafting against each other, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, I just think when they started playing the Monk DPS pick, I think they used it the way you just said, like they can draft into it in like a really smart way where they just deny Monk from the enemy team.
Mm.
But the thing they've started doing is that they like prioritize Monk over heroes like Sonya just to go DPS build, and it's not really as strong, but they just pick it because they think it's that strong, and I think it's not good for them. Like, I think that's why they didn't really. Like, maybe they had a bigger chance than us in the finals in DreamHack if they just didn't insta-lock Monk because low will ask for it, you know?
Yeah.
I think I can agree. I think that in that case, Thrall and Sonya are definitely like, if you're going for something like that melee, get in your face kind of style, I think picking those two heroes is better. But it is cool in the case where denying that Kerosene pick is fun. But
BKB, what were the most surprising things about the tournament to you?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I actually watched like all of the games. Like, I think 90%. Like I said, the games were kind of sloppy. I don't know. Nothing actually surprised me, and the refs were random. But I guess the most surprising thing was the Monk. And also, like, it was nice to see Troll. I think he's really strong now. Like, people understood that he's quite strong.
Early game
so,
Thrall is so scary now. I love it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Actually, nothing surprising, to be honest.
Okay.
I like
But yeah,
the,
a lot of base racing as well. So.
yeah, I like the double false stun from the G2 though. With
Oh,
Abathur,
oh
where they
right.
just backdoor a keep.
That was cool.
I
Yeah,
forgot
I
about
like
that.
that.
Yeah, that was really cool. I talked with Shihu from game G2 and he told me like they didn't practice that much and they came up with the idea right before the tournament in a custom game. They tried it like just before the day before the flight. They tried it in a custom game versus bots and they yeah. But I don't think it has a lot of impact or something. I don't know. Because you still need to get the fort, and I don't know, you can defend it, and they lose like a hero for it. I don't know.
It's still
But
a
it's
cool idea, though. It could definitely
yeah.
catch a team off guard. All right, let's talk a little bit more about EU. This is kind of just an update from last week. So last week we went into a lot of speculation about a lot of the roster changes that were happening at the event. But it seems like we've kind of touched on this already. The general consensus is everyone's still figuring things out, right? A lot of teams still aren't at their max capacity. I mean, even Fnatic, you guys didn't have all 5 boot camping, and you guys took the event. So obviously, probably it seems like everyone agrees that in North America and in Europe, all the teams have a lot of cleaning up to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
NA is. Ugh. If I could like show
Tell me,
scrim
Jared.
replays-
Tell me,
Rant
Jared.
time. Go.
if I could show you scrim replays, man, it's just like everyone is ass. Like Murlocs and Blaze are probably okay. Bob Ross is good. Everyone else is just ass. Like just terrible. And when I say Bob Ross is good, like they're not that like top tier good yet. Like they're not going to go win any international tournaments. They're probably the best in NA right now, but like overall, it's just like NA just is so sloppy right now. It's kind of frustrating. And yeah, you know.
Is this
Go
something we
into
can
scrims.
expect to see after World Championship every year? Or do you think it's just because like scaling change patch going in like right after BlizzCon, team roster changes, like all of that compounded, or what?
I don't know. I don't know if this is just a side effect of BlizzCon or not, to be honest. I really don't. I don't know. It's just cognitive. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, we're getting this webcam problem fixed, man. Keep talking.
What was I saying?
Cognitive.
Oh, cognitive. Like they've fallen off pretty hard. Complexity. I don't even know what their current roster is. Like
That's a good question.
all the top,
actually.
all the former top teams are like, in C9's in China. So like, it's just like a few teams that are okay, and then everyone else is just bad.
So what do you think about players? I'll name a few NA players in particular coming back, going into a new year. Things have changed a lot, and Biceps, formerly Cloud9 Maelstrom, Sheth, formerly Liquid and Cloud9. They're both back. There's several others to name, but that's just to name a few. Do you think that it's just the hype of a new season, or do you think it has more to do with the actual meta? Like
I don't know.
The new scaling.
I don't think it has anything to do with scale. I don't know.
Because scaling
I do
makes
not
the
know
game
why
feel
they
a
did.
lot different to me personally.
Yeah, it definitely feels different. I don't know if that's enough to get someone to come back after quitting, though. You have to keep in mind, like, this is like the end of the school year.
That's a good point.
People have time off now. It's like, hey, maybe I can try competing again. Now there's actually, like, a lot of people quit early on because there's not enough money in it, so you're investing, like, full time, 8 hours a day practicing and stuff, and then it's like, before even road, like, Biceps quit after July or June Open, and then Chef was gone before that, and if you include everything before Blizzard events, there was no money in the scene at all, so
Yeah, true.
I guess that might be part of the reason too.
How many people do you think will stick around though once the new Road to BlizzCon starts rolling up and we start to get back into real events? Right now we're very much in the off season, right? I mean, Dreamhack is pretty much it for the rest of the year. Oh, Dragon down. He has an axe for a tail. That is manly. But what are the speculations going into next year?
Like, what do you mean by speculations? What we like?
How many teams do you think will form and fall during this offseason, because we see squads shifting each week for Into the Storm. Like, it's a different 5-stack. There'll be like 3 out of 5 playing on the same team going to next week.
I think every team but Cloud9 and probably Bob Ross will go through at least one roster change before then. Maybe Murlocs won't, but I think every team is going to be going through changes. It's just everyone's trying to iron that, like, from week to week, like just scheduling scrims with the same teams over and over again. There's like always one person that's shifting.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's just trying to refine the rosters before January, get that ironed down. That's what we're doing with tryouts. Is just.
Is it that chaotic in Europe, BKB? Is everyone just shuffling, trying to find a 5-stack that works well?
Yeah, I think like even after DreamHack, a lot of teams are gonna change rosters.
Yeah.
Like I have heard about some teams, but like I think there's gonna be quite a few changes after the new year, before the major starts. So yeah. I don't know, it's so messy, like in all the regions,
Yeah.
Like even I'm pretty sure in China it's the same. So
Yeah.
Well, that is a fantastic segue. So now we can talk about Gold League. Has everyone watched at least a little bit of
X
Gold League?
Team is like the biggest bunch of.
Tell me, Jared.
Are you kidding me? Did
Go
you
in.
see those drafts? What were those drafts? It's like, you know what? We watched some VODs of Cloud9 at BlizzCon, and the only way they're going to beat us is with Murky. So we're going to ban Murky. What? Are you kidding me? They were first picking, like, Tyrael Vala. Like,
Tyrael Vala was the first games.
what was
Draft
X Team doing, man?
You could
like,
say
don't get
the
me wrong,
same.
I'm happy for C9. I wanted them to win, but X Team literally went in there with their heads up their asses. Like,
Man,
there's no explanation.
All right, so Game 1's Extreme draft was absolutely bad. Like, I 100% agree. But Cloud9's draft was just as bad the second game.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It was actually trash.
let's go ahead and just put the disclaimer. This is spoiler time. So I guess skip this part or watch the VODs first. And let's take a look at this. Now, Cloud9 did end up beating X Team. We'll scroll down here, and we can look at the drafts. One more.
Wikipedia shows drafts. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you got to click the little eye in the middle. So Battlefield of Eternity was the first game, and Cloud9's draft is disgusting. Like, that is a god-tier draft. Yeah. Like, that shouldn't happen, right? Kubi and I watched these VODs just a couple hours ago, and we were just like, why is that a thing? Like, how do you let that...
Yeah, but then the draft on X Teams for Game 2 is like just as good. Maybe with the exception of like
their
Johan
warrior,
Falstad. Like Falstad.
I think
probably,
Falstad's fine.
No. I meant like Falstad's probably better than Jaina right now, and taking Muradin is better than Johanna. But like those are slight tweaks in probably like the top 3 or 4 spots for each class, and they like somehow one team got those drafts. It just like should never happen.
Well, ETC Tyrande is actually pretty disgusting right now.
No, I don't have a problem with that. But like past that, Sylvanas is good. But like Rhaegar, I was scratching my head even throughout the entirety of that game. And then like the Vala pick, like why not Raynor? I was just like, all right, I don't know.
Well, if you look at the drafts though, like yes, there was probably better picks for C9, but if you compare C9's draft for Game 2 versus the draft for Game 1 for X Team, X Team's draft is just ass. C9 had like a few questions.
It's so bad.
It's definitely worse
still
comparatively.
was good.
Like,
I will agree.
Yeah.
So there's an interesting conversation we had last week. I don't know if it was on stream or off stream. We were talking about how a lot of teams will look for one player that they think often gets out of position, and then they will straight up win games by punishing a specific player. Yeah. And it was just a really cool conversation, and it really felt like Cloud9 was sitting there and waiting for, in Game 1 in particular, for Thrall to get out of position. They were just waiting, and the moment Thrall put one toe out of line, he was dead. And they just won the game off that. Like, sure, their draft was better, but that straight up seemed like their strategy. So, Breez, have you guys ever tried to do that same sort of thing? Do you specifically say let's just wait for Bakery to be out of position, just to throw Bakery under the bus? Let's just wait for Bakery and then kill him.
Breez.
Yeah.
But wait for BKB to be out of position.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't think we look for a certain player a lot. We just look at, like, if someone's out of position, we just punish that person. But there's always like usually one person in every team that gets out of position, and you can punish that person. It's just you don't. At least we don't specifically look for that person a lot. It's just we punish the people out of position. That's it.
It's not that you look for it a lot. It's just that whenever you're in a situation where it's like, what do we do here? We can't really engage. There's no objectives up. It's a common term in my team's comms where it's just like, wait for X to be out of position and then we'll go. And it happened with certain teams clearly. Like clearly, it's not like every team has.
Yeah.
Right.
But those certain teams that have those players, it's like, X is out of position. I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but if X is out of position, you wait for it. Like it happened in a scrim the other day that busted me up. It was just like Dreadnought goes, wait for this guy to be out of position and then we'll win the game. Like 30 seconds later, person was out of position. We got the pick. We won the game. It's just like, it does happen. There are those weak links that if you know the teams enough or you study them enough, you can exploit certain things like that. But it's not like a go-to strategy.
Interesting. So in the situation where there's no objectives and all the players are playing positionally equivalent, so there's no one person sticking out. I've noticed that you guys, in particular Fnatic, you guys have been doing a lot more party bushing, especially towards the late game. What has sort of spurred that development on? I'd say a lot of teams are doing it now, but I feel like you guys are sort of specializing in it a bit.
What did you say we were doing?
Party
bushing, like hiding in bushes, ambushes, really late game, just like in weird spots. China does it as well. But I noticed, at least at Dreamhack, you guys were doing it more than the other teams.
I would say Quacknick's style is just surprising people. If you push the top lane, get 2 towers, the enemies basically always expect you to back off and do your camps or whatever. But usually Quacknick just calls stand in the bush, and they will go out of the lane and try to push one more wave or something, and then we usually just catch one person due to that. And I think that's a kind of big part for our game style, play style, and I think we play a lot about pickoffs and stuff. So yeah, I think it's true.
Cool. That's just interesting because it's just a stylistic thing for you guys that I noticed. So you have a particular player gets on the team and makes those types of calls. All right.
Asia's been doing that early game, which is really interesting to me. They the gates will open and they'll just run across the map and just sit in a bush and just wait for someone to rotate. It's just okay. But it can work. Jared, that was nice. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Man. Proud of you, man. Moving on. Let's just talk about Gold League in more specific. So this really just means that Cloud9 has, in fact, barely qualified for playoffs.
Yep. Barely. Got third.
Yeah, they got
third in their group. Third out of fourth in their group. But yeah, it was scary, especially.
Who got MVP that last set?
Dunk.
Dunk.
I want to say Dunk did because I think Fan was complaining. He's like, "What do I have to do to get MVP or something?"
Well, some of those.
Do you know he got MVP or?
I don't know for sure, but I want to say.
Well, don't lie to me.
I assume it was Dunk. I think he played really well. Fan made some good plays, but Fan made some plays that made me jump out of my chair. Like, what are you doing? Like that one Mighty Gus in the bottom lane, and he had already thrown at Haunting Wave, but after the Mighty Gus completed and he was pushed way back, he E'd to the end of his Haunting Wave, so he was in the middle of the enemy team while his team had all just been pushed away. Which was what are you doing? It was so scary. He didn't die somehow, but I don't know. There's some intense moments. If you guys want to watch the VODs from Gold League, they're actually cast on Caldor's channel. It's youtube.com/CaldorTV.
Is it Caldor TV?
It is Caldor TV. So you can check out the VODs there for all the games. He does an English cast. So that's cool. Yeah, Zoya, you are allowed to swear this episode. And
Cloud9 plays E-Star.
E-Star?
Mm-hmm.
In the bracket?
Did they update? Oh, they did.
I hadn't seen the bracket.
Nice. Yes, they did update it. That's cool. They do.
Hold on. Let me pull this up.
I'll get it out of the way. So E-Star did end up getting second in their group, and since Cloud9 got third, that makes sense from a seeding perspective. EDG did beat E-Star 2-1.
This is cool. This is cool because it's a little different, and the strategies aren't exactly as prepared. But everyone was upset over the lack of E-Star at BlizzCon because of the visa issues. So now getting to see E-Star go up against the BlizzCon champion, we'll have a better idea of how E-Star would have performed at BlizzCon in comparison. A lot of people were like, "Oh, if E-Star was there, they would have won the tournament." Shut the fuck up, okay?
It's different patch, you know.
Yeah, different
So-
patch and stuff, but we still get to see, how E-Star does. This is the second time, right? E-Star wasn't able to go to NA. They were supposed to go to PAX.
They were supposed
And
to go
then
to
they didn't
MSI
go.
MGA and
So
visa
now
issues,
we finally get to see E-Star versus an NA team.
which is way overdue. Like I cannot wait for that matchup.
Yep. Me too.
Edward Gaming, Braveheart versus OMG, Edward versus Weil, obviously, and Zero versus AHQ. So it should be pretty stacked. I think I'm looking at EDG and YL as a big match as well.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
But EDG will probably win that.
YL kind of has like a surprising placing in the group.
Yeah, they showed some pretty interesting drafts, though.
Breez, what are your thoughts? Have you been able to catch much?
I
Gold League?
don't know, not really.
Okay.
Like,
I didn't know if you guys are busy with
yeah.
practice for DreamHack and everything. BKB, anything else?
Yeah, I'm watching the games. Like, I also feel like the drafts are weak, kinda, and I see like, I mean, like today I think Next was playing. Well, they're not the best teams in the league, but still, like in team fights, they do a lot of mistakes. Like if you have a Charism in team, he misclicks the palm on someone else. Like
I did
you
see
know,
that a few times.
yeah, and stuff like that. You know,
Like
just
Divine
like
Shield, like, not even
yeah.
at all necessary in a few situations. Just like, okay.
Yeah, mechanical mistakes, like dashes into like enemy team. I don't know, like.
It's
But yeah,
it's kind of like the same theme we were talking about earlier. Like there's a lot of room for improvement with everyone. Like across the board, a lot of these rosters don't even seem like they're super polished.
yeah.
It just I think people are spoiled from like other games. Like if you look at like League of Legends right now, it's like, wow, these guys are so mechanically good. You almost never see them miss skill shots. Look at Dota players, like the top tier ones. It's just like, holy shit, these guys are so good. Here, there's only been out like most of the people on competitive teams right now haven't even been playing a year yet.
Yeah.
Very few have been around since the alpha. Like about a year right now is where most of the pros are. It doesn't matter how good you were at another game. It takes a while, for people to get good. If you look at like the difference between like year 1 of StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty and year 2, even with the transition of Brood War having the mechanics be similar and Warcraft 3 being similar, the difference you improve from 1 year to another year is huge. And then 2 years, it's still a young game. People will either get better or get replaced.
Get better or get replaced. That sounds so brutal, man.
Yeah,
But that
especially with a
sucks.
game that's constantly changing too, like just design-wise and stuff. Blizzard's always implementing new things, like the scaling changes. It's still evolving, developing game. It'll take a while before people finally are able to truly refine mechanics.
It's true. I'm trying to find when playoffs for Gold League start. Do you guys actually know?
No.
I don't know if they've announced it. If anyone in chat knows and can link something.
December 6th.
Oh, could be so smart. He figured it out.
Yeah, I think it's just
And
Monday,
the
right?
playoffs have.
6th and 7th. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
Monday.
It's just
and
2 days.
Tuesday.
I
Well,
think it's soon.
that's
I
when the
remember
first
Calf
round.
saying they played soon or something.
So
First 2 series are played on the 6th and the second 2 on the 7th. Just for the round of 8.
I see.
And then they have it scheduled out. Yeah, the 8th is semifinals. Losers round 1 is the 9th, and so on.
What did Cloud9 guarantee themselves prize pool wise by making top 8? Oh, only 1,500. Okay. Probably
Yeah,
not that.
I mean, I assume that they got travel covered by their team and whatnot.
Yeah, they did, and they had like the
Housing
salary
figured
or
out.
allowance,
Yeah,
allowance and stuff,
so
and food and stuff. But yeah,
they didn't
guaranteed
go there for
themselves
the money.
1,500.
That's for sure.
Well, yeah.
They just won BlizzCon, man. They're rich.
They're rich.
They got that esports money. So after Gold League all concludes, obviously the next step for Cloud9 is WCA. And WCA, the groups have been listed, but I gotta be curious about this first team we see in Group A. What's going on with that, Jared?
I don't know.
Miscommunication?
Are you guys playing in it? Have you told them you're not playing?
Yeah.
I see.
I don't know. Yeah. Top tier management.
I emailed them.
Okay, you told them, but they
I
have
don't
made the
know.
mistake. Okay.
Yeah, and I've emailed them again too. I emailed them before, and then I emailed them after I saw they announced that we were still playing. So I don't know.
If you could give your spot to somebody, who would you do? If you could make that decision yourself.
No,
Fnatic.
not the. So.
Wow.
Shut up!
Just team manager things.
Dragon yelling outside my door. I don't know. I get a European team for sure. I think.
What about Bob Ross fan club?
No, I don't think so. They're not ready. They're not ready or deserving of an international invite yet. It's nothing against them. They're
Yeah.
still a new team.
I
agree.
can
I agree
understand
with
that too. They've won. I mean, they're looking very good, but they do have a lot to go through in terms of running the gauntlet right before they have.
I mean,
proved themselves.
I guess like if like you had like figure out like who deserves it more. Arthlon and Zuna technically were on the team that qualified under Tempest Storm. If we deny it, they could go.
Is that actually possible?
Well,
That's-
it's supposed to be 3/5.
3/5. Okay. never
With
mind.
that logic, though, that's since it's 2/5. That is probably the most fair.
2/5 is actually not equal to 3/5.
Well,
No.
as he
But
asked-
Corey,
Did you guys
So
know this?
let's rewind this and just put this on the table. That the fact that for some of the other games, teams have changed all 5s. There's 0/5s, and the brand retains their spot
Maybe they
in
could
the
ask
event.
them, or they could just be requested. No, we asked Arth and Zuna if they just wanted to go to China with us and just get free money. They didn't want to go.
I'm curious.
They
I mean, that
both
might be
will
if Tempo
attract.
drops out, that might be the fairest option, though. Honestly,
I mean, maybe them. They could approach them. Zuna is very against going to China, though. He can. He does not like plane travel at all.
I see.
But yeah, I mean, they would be a good option. I mean, like I said, 2/5 of that team is part of the team that qualified. Again, a European team. That's who I would think of go to.
So the votes are Fnatic
No,
or
not
Bob
Fnatic.
Ross. Not Fnatic.
No, it's a
Breez,
European team.
Breez, you got shut down.
Yeah, never lucky.
Cup.
Why not? You don't think they've earned it?
No. Look at that guy's haircut, man. You think that deserves to go to China?
Fuck yeah.
No, Fnatic's fine.
Fucking-
I don't know.
Fuck.
Bob Ross would be the only NA team that I would toss the.
I agree with that.
To. Like the fact, like Complexity and Cognitive are both going, and like again, I don't even know what Complexity's current roster is. I guess
Yeah,
Chef,
they-
Cognitive, like
They both played the qualifier with tryouts. Like
yeah, I don't know.
interesting. Okay, well, WCA is very soon. It's in like 2 weeks. We'll keep you guys updated as to exactly what's happening. It starts on December 17th, and it concludes on December 20th. I have no idea if there's an English cast. I've reached out to try to cast from home.
So from what I was told from last year's WCA, they have no English streams on site. Raynad for Hearthstone had to like harass the admins while there just to be able to like do his own stream. That's how Hearthstone got a stream last year. So I don't know. I'm hoping they've like changed things because this year they did the stuff with ESL. So you would assume
Right.
there's something. As far as I'm aware, they're not flying any English casters out there. Maybe they'll let like restreams happen.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't particularly want to fly to China at this point without any notification.
Yeah, last minute. I'll fly to China. Pay for me. I'll go.
Pay for me. I'll go.
Jake's week.
Jake's week. It's true. The prize pool is like $250,000+. We can actually look at it here. It is the second largest prize pool in the history of Heroes. First place gets 125,000, 78,000 for second, 31,000 for third, and fourth place you'll walk home with 15,700. 5 through 12. Do they get prizing? Maybe.
Man, those groups are stacked. Well, Group B is insane.
They're both. I mean, it's a global event. Now, if anyone doesn't know anything about WCA, WCG is a very old school esports event, one of the original esports events. Period. The World Cyber Games, and it was very much like the Olympics for esports. There would be flags for all the teams around the world, and you'd have all these StarCraft players, and they were really like it felt like they were representing their country. And it always felt like a really epic event. And WCG disbanded and basically formed, from the various owners, formed a few organizations. And WCA is the one that's closest to what WCG used to be. But I don't know, when I watched it
World
last year...
Cyber Games!
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, man. I loved it.
Thank you, Jared.
But when I watched the stuff from Dota and Hearthstone last year, it didn't feel like that at all. So with all this money, with a $250,000 prize pool, I hope they recapture that, because I don't know. I think there's definitely a place in the esports space for that.
Oh, yeah, like, I don't know. It sucks, man. Losing MLG, freaking, like, those events were like, they filled that only void that we have today. Like, just the land that, like, you're able to watch multiple games, just hang out with people and stuff. You know, you're not like there for a show or anything. You're literally there for like a tournament,
right? Like
you has Dreamhack and IEMs that do that. You know,
like Evo fulfills that for fighting games.
For fighting games, yeah,
but fighting games only. So
and once a year.
Once a year. Well, I mean, this is a once a year final too. So I think that's fine.
I was talking about like MLG, like comparing it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. This kind of doesn't count. That's like that shows and stuff like. Doesn't really like. There's a bunch of.
If you just turn into the broadcast from home, it counts for sure. I think it probably feels like a pretty global event. But I still feel they could sell the region. They could sell the country better in the broadcasts. I would like this team to feel, you know, if Fnatic, if they're like mostly Swedish, like sell that team as like, you know, the Swedish champions. Right, if we've got, you know, the Spanish Armada, as Caldor always used to like to call Liquid back in the day, like that's cool to like sell that story, like these guys, you know. And then if you're from Spain and you don't really watch a whole lot of esports, but you're tuning in, and suddenly there's this Spanish team that's doing really well, suddenly you're a fan. And you know nothing about the team, you know nothing about the game, but you have the connection of being from the same country, and for that you have a reason to root for that team. And I think that's a good point to try to sell, if at all possible. Just an esports rant in general. Breeze likes it.
Comparing it to which games, like StarCraft? Because it might be. I mean, it's a little more.
It's harder
difficult.
for team games. For
yeah,
sure.
with a team game, it's going to be difficult to do that.
Well, there's find other ways to do it, right? Like, you know.
I think just embrace the region thing.
It doesn't even have to be region. Just find something about the team that stands out. Like, well, these guys, you know, they're known for their split pushing on Sylvanas, you know.
Well, I'm looking for more points to market to players that aren't really super invested in the game yet. Like, part of the reason that Heroes of the Dorm was so successful was that people could be like, oh, well, UConn is near me, so I'm going to root for them. Like, that's my favorite college, or I went to that college. I'm a fan. Breeze, have you ever seen this cat before?
Yes.
What do you think about this cat?
I think my cat's a bit better. Like,
oh shit!
Shit!
Can you provide this cat?
Yo, cat battle.
Can you
show your cat?
Show your cat?
He's asking for the cat. Do you have it?
1v1. Let's go. All
one
mid.
second.
We're gonna get this cat battle on.
Okay, until
Is that a cat?
Okay.
I thought that was a
Where
lawn.
is he going? What is the cat doing there? What the hell? I thought he was going to Narnia or something. He was just pulling a cat out from the drawer.
Oh! maybe,
Come on.
maybe he doesn't like it when I scream and yell.
Huh?
My cat's afraid. Kubi's cat's afraid.
Your cat.
Warrior cat versus caster cat.
Oh, your cat is awesome, Breeze.
Of course, man.
Damn, that was a good cat
It's
off.
fluffy.
Yeah, I love fluffy cats.
Jake is like, shit, wish I had that cat.
Me too. I know, right? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Fuck.
Like, throw your cat away. Not good enough.
Oh, there's
No,
the
no,
tail.
Your
Yeah,
cat
be
is
careful.
cool.
Don't show any cat butts on stream.
They got
Cat
automatically
Esports.
censored by Twitch anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Probably the best segment we've ever had on the show.
Okay, I'll show you something better.
Uh-oh. You were talking
here we
about
go.
like your naked mom in the pre-show.
Yeah, thanks for sharing those.
Oh,
Arthur, shit.
He's
Nervous
bringing his
now.
mom, I
This is
swear.
Jake's channel. What's gonna happen? Damn, that is one empty room.
You saw him eating that apple with like that mob boss knife earlier.
Yeah.
Like he's always on the run. He's just moving house to house.
Glad he's my friend because if he was my enemy, he'd be like stabbing me or something. Arthur's is terrifying. You don't eat apples.
BKB
with
won't watch this VOD. He'll never know he said this. Where's he gonna come back with? I'm scared, guys. I have my finger on like another key to swap scenes the moment I see something that I'm afraid of.
Nice.
Kubi, tell people about your hair while we wait. You
what
had a
about
nice
my hair?
story About your hair.
How's the beard vote going?
Oh, the beard vote is
And post it in the chat.
76% for the beard.
For the beard, post it in the chat so people can vote.
All right, we'll do
Post
one
it in the Skype too so I can
one more rotation
have it for later.
for later.
Oh, BKB is getting something. We don't know what. I'm gonna guess.
Jake's on high alert.
I'm guessing it's a dog.
It's taking a long time to find that dog.
Yeah. Breeze, while we wait.
Yeah.
Speaking about just the future of Heroes, how do you feel the direction of the game has gone in terms of like the meta and the new patch? Are you happy with it? Is there something you'd like to see changed?
I mean, I think the meta is always like evolving.
Yeah.
And I think the game is going into a good direction at least, but I don't know. I thought just the game in general as an esport, I thought it would grow way faster because it's like Blizzard, it's a new MOBA, and I don't know. I just thought there would be more hype and like it would almost become as big as Dota 2 games like that. But I don't know. It's a bit. I thought it would just grow faster. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we all kind of feel that way about the game, but
Yeah.
I mean, when Dreamhack pulls out and gets 50,000 viewers, that's not a small feat. That's pretty
Yeah.
pretty darn good.
Yeah, we're getting there. We've got like we're heading the right direction.
He doesn't have anything.
Yo, give me a moment. He's too big. I can't handle him. I'm gonna give him food and let him come here.
I told you it was a dog.
This
I
is why
knew
we
it.
bring BKB. This is why Arthurs comes on our show.
It's not his mom, it's his dad. Bring him the
Christ.
food.
Oh man.
We're finally at the point where like Blizzard is accepting esports. You know, the Bounce team is working towards it. The development team is working toward it. CSD is working in the esports department. He's helping push things forward. And I would say in the last 6 months, there's been. What the hell is that? What is that?
Look at that Doge.
It's bigger than Dunk's dog. It takes up the whole bed.
What is it? BKB, why do you have a bear?
Why is he showing us a chair?
Worst camera
His
work.
dog is huge.
He's dead. He's dead. He's like,
GG?
I'm dead. Yeah. Look at that.
Just lost your bed for the whole night.
Yeah, but I put like a sheet over, so it's fine.
What kind of dog is that?
It's like a German wolf breed.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's so big, yeah. I don't know. He didn't want even food. I had to tell him that we're going outside, and he was like happy, and then I lied.
So he just conceded.
He just
But
passes out like, you fucker.
I think I'll have. Yeah, I think I'll have to go outside with him.
What language does your dog speak? What language do you talk to him in?
Latvian.
He's Latvian. He's a Latvian dog.
So get off the bed.
Actually,
Don't say
Actually-
that to him. Let the dog sleep.
yeah. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna close my door.
Yeah, we don't want any naked moms walking in. Oh, just BKB things. That poor dog got lied to. Well, that is quite the beautiful dog. If you're listening to the MP3, it is a large, furry, German Shepherd looking dog, but much beefier than your average German Shepherd. It looks like a very filled out German Shepherd.
Well, maybe next time. But yeah.
Nice, dude. We're gonna have you and Dunk Train on the show at one time together, and you guys are gonna have a dog off. It's gonna be great.
You mean the last time they were on the show together?
Yeah, but they didn't dog off.
Well, yeah. I should call him Amisha.
That would be
yeah.
far too appropriate.
Oh yeah, his name is Stanley. Me and my dad. I don't know if you're interested in the story, but I'm gonna tell you.
Tell us.
So basically, you know the movie called Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my dad watched the movie when I was younger, and there's a Stanley Ipkiss who's the mask, and there's Milo the dog, right? And we needed to give our dog a name with letter S, and my dad always thought that the dog was Stanley and the guy was Milo Ipkiss. So he fucked up. He gave Mask's name.
Oh no.
That's the story of my dog's name. So yeah,
Fantastic story.
right? Kappa.
Careful.
Kappa.
I like it. That's a good story, bro.
So, yeah.
Well, honestly, we've already covered all of our topics. We knew it was going to be a lighter episode because we're really just recapping all the esports. But one thing I asked Breez when you were dog hunting was if you had anything in mind that you would like to see added to the game. Now, we know that Lunara and Greymane are coming soon, but do you feel that there are things lacking that would make the game more fun, better esport, whatever? It could be a hero, it could be a map, it could be a feature, it could be a lot of things.
Like Grandmaster.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we know that's coming. You think that's the most important thing right now of what we need, just a Grandmaster League?
We need a draft system in Hero League.
Yeah.
I think Grandmaster is gonna help a lot with the Twitch viewership and also for like all the players, strive for the best, I think I feel like the Hero League is a little bit better now. Suddenly, I don't know. I'm playing a lot. It feels fine, but I feel like when Grandmaster is gonna be there, it's gonna be really, really good. I hope like I want to wait like 10 minutes queue. I don't care, but if I get like people from the Grandmaster League, like that would be dope. So you get all the time the best games possible.
Breeze, you agree those are the most important things? Your cat is
Well, yeah,
awesome.
I really think they need Grandmaster would be really good in the draft system. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, but what else do we need realistically
I
for
wanna
the game
able
to be better?
Watch my friends play games.
Viewer, spectator.
Yeah,
right?
spectate. That'd
okay.
be cool.
Yeah, they need to fix the reconnect system, and
yeah.
they need to fix the replays that you can get to the if I want to see the last team fight, I have to wait like 4 minutes to see my last team fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I would legit sit and stream all day of if Dread and KO are duo queuing Hero League, I'll just watch their games all day and cast them.
I tweeted that out today myself.
That would be a
It's such a
freaking
huge wish list thing for me. As a content creator, I just want. I mean that, and I want to be able to slow replays down. You can put replays start at normal, then you can put them at fast, and then faster, and then fastest. Give me a slower. Give me a slow. Because when it comes to watching a team fight, I don't want to speed it up. I want to slow it down and really just analyze all the chaos that's happening. If I want to highlight Bakery's sick Brightwing play and just look at all the small little moments where
Bakery sick play. That's a good one.
Yo, he made a really good Brightwing play at BlizzCon.
Wow.
I could pull it up for you. I'm gonna pull this up for you just to spite you.
What?
What?
Just wait.
You mean the escape?
You don't have to prove to me that Bakery is good. I tried signing him. No, he's good.
Jake's on a crusade here for some reason.
Oh, you're showing Skip.
Oh!
Stop.
Oh, jeez. Oh, rip.
Super secret combos. Jared, can you sing me a song while I find this?
How do we
Jake
feel
is
about
trying to find
canceling-
a VOD? Shut up, Kubi. I'm singing a song because Jake requested it. Breeze, nice hair. I wish I was like you.
Y'all ready for this? Not that. If it loads. YouTube, please.
Can I ask my question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Go.
shouldn't. It's not my question.
Kubi, go ahead and ask
Technically,
your question. You may
asks-
ask the panel now.
if
Go ahead, my friend. Kubi?
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
All right, Peck the Mage asks if after having a bot in a game like Hero League for 5 or more minutes, it should cancel out points. No, that's bad because then people will just leave after. I didn't even think about that.
That's unfair.
Well, the person
I-
that disconnects should get full loss. The other people shouldn't.
Okay, I think that's a reasonable, at least addition to that.
But actually, about the bots, like I already answered him. Like from 10 games, I had like 2 or 3 bots for sure. Like it's I don't know, retarded. Like I don't care about the points, but I don't like losing. And if the game goes good, like we have 2-level advantage, and then we start losing because of the bot. I don't know. Like Muradin jumps with his E to clear the wave. I don't know. Like
Dwarf Toss, when it lands, is the best lane clear in the game, BKB. You need to step up your warrior play.
I didn't know that.
We learned a lot today.
I'm gonna delete the game. So. It's fine. Cover.
All right. You guys ready for the bakery video? We're going in. Watch this.
Jake's
right when he
brand new
plays.
segment.
Bakery's
Put
plays.
Jared in his place for no reason. Here we go. Check it out, boys.
Look at these polymorphs. Wait for the body blocks. Oh my god, a Pharaoh is alive. The poly is there. Oh my goodness. Beautiful play by Brightwing across the board. I mean, everything about that. The saves. No one should. It should have been 2 deaths there. Easy. But Bakery, he's just got the sickest Brightwing plays. Eat it, Jared.
Good job.
Yeah, man. You
You
got me.
Freaking
Rigged.
hater.
Yep. You got me there. BKB.
Yes. Yes. What?
He's so ready for that question.
Whatever
Ask-
happened to Kubi's questions?
Kubi's questions go.
Kubi, ask.
I already
Didn't
asked.
that used to be a segment on our show?
No,
Yeah.
we
What
scrapped
happened
that.
to it?
You know what happened to it.
Yeah, your questions were ass. That's what happened to it.
There we go, boys. The truth comes out.
We should bring that back.
Oh, now we should bring it back. Okay.
Open
I
floor.
miss it.
Anyone can bring up any topic they want because it's a lighter night. We're going to end the show. Once we're out of topics, we can look at Reddit. But
So you a light night.
I have... Okay. I have fulfilled all of my talking points.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty dry week for
Yeah,
Heroes.
there's not a lot going on. Now, a few things to point out. We are potentially going to move the show an hour earlier going into 2016. This is not confirmed yet, but something Kubi and I and Jared have all talked about just to make it easier on our EU guests because we know it's very late in the night for you guys. So first off, thank you so much for staying up this late and chatting with us. It's a pleasure having you, but we do want to try to make it easier both for the players and the viewers. We have exactly one more normal episode of Town Hall, and then on the 16th is going to be Town Holiday 2015. Town Holiday is a drinking episode, like none other, I guess.
Go watch the VOD for last year.
Oh,
you can
God, it's so
see
bad.
Jake make the biggest ass of himself.
Corey ate a ball of paper.
He
Not,
did.
Not even a napkin.
did.
He ate a ball of paper.
It was a poor idea.
Yeah. And Jake compared Sylvanas to Santa Claus.
I went to Blizzard headquarters earlier this year for an event, and one of the guys at Blizzard, I think it was Brian Holinka, the head PvP designer for World of Warcraft, comes up to me. He goes, "Sylvanas is the embodiment of Christmas," and like that was like his first words to me in person. I'm just like, really, really, because that is the quote from the show, I guess. Interesting times. That'll be the last show of the year. So next week will be our last serious show. And then we'll have a 2-week break on the 23rd and 30th. Town Hall will return on January 6th. So the year is winding down. Before we go to shout outs.
Where the champagne's at, bro?
Oh, we'll bring the champagne, dude. Don't worry.
Okay.
Before we wind down, Breez, is there anything? This is your open panel. This is your time to speak your mind about anything and everything Heroes related, mind you.
I don't know, man.
You got nothing.
Like,
You're happy?
start with someone else. Maybe I figure something out.
Okay, all right. Zoya, we do this all the time. You got anything for me today?
I don't think so. Well, so a Reddit thread not long ago popped up. We've had this discussion in the past. The difference between warriors and bruisers. A recent Reddit thread happened. We're talking about how Artanis doesn't really fit the warrior role, but he does fit the bruiser role. You know, nothing about Artanis is a warrior,
Right.
but he is technically, if you were to have that conversation, bruiser. Other warriors fit that same role, like Sonya. Some people even put like Diablo as the bruiser role, not a warrior, but as a bruiser and stuff. What do you think? Now that the warrior pool's gotten bigger, I think it's been a while since we had this conversation, but something we've brought up in the past. But do you think we're at the point yet where Blizzard needs to consider the bruiser role as an option, or is it fine bunching all of these warriors up as warriors? Do you think it could be confusing to new players if they join a game? They're like, I just played ETC, now I'm gonna play this other warrior because I really like tanking Artanis. Do you think it's time Blizzard starts considering a fifth role?
Huh.
I
Maybe.
don't think so. Because, like, even if you look at Charism, right, he's a support, but then suddenly he's like a crazy guy kicking everyone's ass, So, I don't know. I think it's fine as it is. Maybe they should just start making heroes that fit their roles or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I would rather see Sonya and Artanis as melee assassins than warriors, though. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
make melee assassins. I don't think
Yeah,
you need like a
that's-
specific bruiser. But then again, the Artanis shouldn't be so tanky with Sonya, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe they could. It doesn't matter actually.
That's really the big difference between.
Yeah.
It's just the health pool.
So does the classification mean anything though? Because I mean, when it comes to daily quests, now you're making it more confusing. I mean, if we add that, then we have to add like a different support role. Like if you look at HOTS logs, I think there's 8 classifications. There's like ambusher,
that's.
the
I
siege.
mean, maybe,
Oh,
I'm not
we
saying
don't
that.
need that.
I'm not saying that those are wrong, but like that's way overcomplicating.
Yeah.
You're,
I personally don't think you necessarily need to have the bruiser role. It's just it was a pretty hyped up thread on Reddit. Curious for your guys' thoughts. I mean, it could go either way for me. Like, I could see the need for a bruiser role. I don't know how many warriors I would put into it right now. But I also kind of agree with what Breez says. Maybe like melee assassins. I don't know. But I also don't see it's too much of a problem just because it's such a there are a lot of crossovers between them, right? Like Tyrande as a support, she's played by most as an assassin, right? But she is a support.
True.
So there's already
She feels more supporting nowadays, but
she's more supporting now, but still people play her as an assassin still. And there's it's classifications. Do they need to be set? Because a lot of people reference League of Legends, right, where the roles are more defined and locked in because of how the game's played, right? The game is designed to be played where you have a support and an AD carry, a mid laner, a jungler, and a top. That is how the game is designed to be played. And when they release a hero, they're going to release this guy as an ADC, and his main role is going to be ADC. 99% of the time, he's going to be in that bot lane doing ADC things. And some people like reference that, like in this game, it's not as black and white, right? It's very vague what these titles can mean. Is that a problem? Is basically what the Reddit was asking. I don't think it's an issue, but
I mean, that's part of the charm of the game,
yeah.
is to have that flexibility and to not have everything be set. So not have Blizzard telling you how to play certain heroes. I think they're trying to keep it as vague as possible with the general classifications and like adding more. Definitely well, I'm not saying it overcomplicates it, but it's definitely going to add more complexity to it. Is it necessary? How much of a problem is it? I think that's what it comes down to. The fact that there is bruiser styles. Like, is it ruining everyone's experience because people are like, well, I thought this person was a warrior and I didn't know.
makes matchmaking.
Yeah, it makes it more difficult. It's probably a perspective that we don't get to see all that often. I mean, you guys definitely as pro players, even just us in like the higher-ish MMRs, like we're playing with people who know what the roles are. But maybe it's a problem then further down, and I don't know.
I'd
If
imagine
that is the
if you're a
case.
new player and you want to be the tank on the team, you're going to be playing Sonya and struggling to be a tank. Like that's obvious. If you haven't sat there on YouTube and invested in a lot of like VODs or educational content or whatever, and you roll it and your character says warrior, you're going to say, I'm a warrior. I tank for my team. Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, even when they're putting teams together in quick match, it can be annoying.
Yeah. It's gotten
I
better.
I don't even like playing Artanis in quick match like solo queue for that reason, because I find
You'll end
myself
up being
as
solo
the
warrior.
solo warrior, and it's really annoying not having any CC or like reliable CC in the front line. It just makes playing the hero honestly just not fun.
Yep.
That's true.
BKB, you got a topic you want to bring in? You got anything you want to talk about?
No, but when you asked the question, I wanted to answer regarding the Dreamhack. Like you asked, like Breeze about Dreamhack. What did we think? Like I actually we didn't have like enough time. Like we were all like or warming up or setting up stuff, or watching the games. Like I didn't even spend. I don't think a lot of teams spend time with each other. Like even spend time checking the Dreamhack and stuff. Like we just basically didn't have time. And there were a lot of cool stuff as well, I guess. I don't know. That's the only thing what I wanted to say regarding the Dreamhack. Maybe they should like give us maybe an extra day or something. I don't know. Don't know.
Kubi?
Regarding that,
Kubi's questions? No, just topics.
No, I don't have anything right now.
Breeze,
Yeah,
you got anything
people
juicy
smile.
for us? Anything glorious
really.
form in your mind? Favorite
Nah.
game from Dreamhack?
Probably again like Fnatic versus Virtus
Yeah.
Pro. Like the last game was really clutch. I think the entire series, I think both teams like played pretty sloppy, but I think the ending was pretty cool. Like there was a clutch team fight where Quacknix just gusted like 5 people into a mosh pit, and then we almost threw again because they backdoored, and I don't know. I guess it was exciting for the viewers at least, so I think it's the best game.
Yeah, the games were good. And yeah, the clutch level 20 ultimate from Quacknix was also good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
those VODs are on youtube.com/DreamhackMedia, I think it is. Let me confirm really quickly. If you, that is the URL if you guys want to catch all the VODs. A lot of cool stuff. I tried to get the replay files. It doesn't seem like they exist, and I'm really sad about that because I wanted to break down some of the matches. But if you guys know any of the players that sneakily saved the replay files, let me
That
know.
did not
because
happen. I can guarantee you that did not happen.
it seems like the replay files don't exist. Seems like they're gone forever.
That happens in most lands.
It's something we as a community need to fix. This is if I had to put a topic out there now that replay files exist forever, I would love to see a website exist for replay files, whether it's hot logs or a new website entirely or whatever. I would really like to see a place where you can just go and find replay files uploaded by a player. So Enter the Storm actually uploads all their replays, and you can get them right on their website, and that's amazing. But in StarCraft 2, that was a big deal. Players would release replay packs. That was like something they would do for their subs in particular. If you were a subscriber to White Raw or TLO, they would send out a message to all their subs that contained a replay pack, and that was like a beneficial thing, because if you want to analyze someone's replay, you can like just be like, all right, well, I want to learn how to play I want to learn how to play Karazim, so I want to watch Bakery's replays and see how he positions, see the way, just watch the little subtleties in his play. So it's something I think the community could use.
That could still happen now. I don't see what would be holding somebody back from doing that right now.
I'm just saying I'd like a website to exist so the resource is more
Okay.
accessible, or for players to start releasing them or something like that, because that wasn't a valuable thing when replays would constantly break, right? They would break.
True, yeah.
Hotfix would come out on a Thursday, and your replay from 2 days ago is worthless now. So that's no longer the case. So it's a new possibility on the horizon. On that note, let us progress to our shout outs here. Kubi, take it away.
Well, as I alluded to in the pre-show, my touchscreen monitor has come in. I'm pretty excited about it, so I'm going to try to set it up before the weekend, and I'm going to at least try to do like a pilot episode of a show that I've been wanting to do for a while. So look for my Twitter at
About
Kubi.
time, Kubi.
I know. But I'm definitely going to get something out this weekend now that that's in. So that should be a lot of fun. Something different that we don't really have in the community right now. I think, yeah, other than that, just pay attention to my Twitter. I'll have the VOD up or the link for it there. And I think that's about it for me. Yep.
Breez, thanks for coming on, man. Shout outs for you.
Big shout out to Fnatic and all sponsors. Monster Energy, BenQ, Defabet, Alpha Draft, Fnatic Gear, DXC, and Twitch.
So prepared.
And
Got him.
got it.
I think you're.
And shout
Nailed
out to
it.
all my followers and fans.
Yay!
That's it.
BKB.
I don't have any shoutouts.
No, you have to shout out your dragon or your dog or something.
Okay, shout out my dragon. Shout out my dog who is dead. You dead, bro? He's dead.
Sleeping.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to follow me on Twitter and Facebook, you're welcome to do it. And shout out to you guys, of course, for inviting me and having a good time together. But like, I was actually, I have to admit, I was quite tired before the show. So sorry, guys.
Thanks, man.
Oh.
You were good though.
Dude, you
Don't
carried
worry.
the show.
I wasn't so active today.
You were
It's
good.
it's
man.
late
Don't
there,
worry.
dude. We get it. That's why we're moving the show to an hour earlier for next year. Maybe, probably.
Ooh.
Maybe, probably.
Probably not.
It's good.
Definitely not.
So yeah.
Yeah, and good luck next year with the show. I hope it grows bigger and like.
I hope your dog grows
think,
bigger too, man.
I think it's really a good job what you're doing. Like, you're probably you're the only show that keeps like people informed and stuff. Like, it's really good. Good job, boys.
Thanks,
Man.
Thanks, man. Zoya, who needs a webcam fund? What's up, dude?
Just shout out to my sponsors, Storm, for being an awesome organization that they are, and our sponsors G2A, Twitch, and Fnatic Gear, as Funk and Fnatic merged recently. People who might be confused because Fnatic Breez is here and I'm sponsored by Fnatic. It's a really weird relationship, but you know what? They're a sponsor of Storm now, so big shout out to them for
paying
giving
for
us
our
gear and
esports
stuff.
money.
Paying for our esports stuff. This weekend, I will be casting the qualifier for Esports Arena. This Saturday night, I will be casting it with Gilly. I think it starts at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you come tune into that. So I'm excited to be casting again. I will be casting Overwatch a lot more soon, too. Just keep my eye on the Twitter for that, Tempo Zoya. Tomorrow, the YouTube channel comes back. KO's releasing a video. Dreadnought will be releasing on Friday. Soldier will be releasing either a video or a guide Saturday, probably a guide. And so make sure you go over to youtube.com/TempoStormHeroes. All the players are going to start streaming more. I know Soldier's been kind of grinding it out lately, just a Soldier, but make sure you also check out Dreadnought's and KO streams as well, as they will be streaming this week as well. And I think that is it for my shout-outs.
Bear dog. Thanks. For me, the daily quest returned today, kind of spontaneously. I just started getting things organized for it, and then I stayed up into the wee hours last night, sorting out some stuff, and decided, you know what? Let's just get it back on track. So still kind of finding the flow for every episode, still kind of trying to find the theme. I think I want to do it so it's like Monday is a hero focus thing. Tuesday is a draft focus thing. Wednesday is a team fight focus thing, or something on the lines of that. And one of the days, one of the themes for each week is going to be actually viewer submitted games that I commentate. So I will commentate a viewer replay and do it in a very educational sense. So I'll take a team fight and say, okay, this is what you could have done, kind of deal from that perspective on both sides, actually. So if you would like to send me replays, this is also very much geared towards all pro gamers that might be watching. I would love any and all replays that you guys could send over. It's just solidjakegg@gmail.com. The more, the better. I'm going to pick through all of these replays and try to find the best content out there to help people learn the game and ultimately be better and get into esports, kind of become that gateway more so. That being said, that will do it for Town Hall. Like we said a bit earlier, next week we will have a normal show. The week after that is Town Holiday. So get ready, boys. Time is running out. BKB Breez, thanks so much for coming on. And
Thanks for inviting us.
yeah, man. Congrats once again on your victory at Dreamhack, dude.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week. Peace.